You need to grow up. Politics is like everybody have their own choice. Of course, everyone has their own choice. But when people keep making choices that destroys your hard work, the values, your own sweat, people are working and they are slaving. Then look at those who actually have nothing because of the policies of these criminals. Learn how to keep your grudges, or you will die from your foolishness. I promise you. You see a lot of them today. This government has to do something. How can we be buying a liter of petroleum? How can I be buying a petrol for 1,300? What is all this nonsense? Ashiwaju, this is not what we voted for. I regret voting for They have no regrets. The reason why they are crying is because they never thought that those of them who stood with a call that they will also be so affected and nobody will even care about them. Nobody gives a damn about you. Learn how to keep your grudges. Keep it to the end. If you see something you want to share, you should look out for other victims. If you see any Tifnumbu supporter, any member of your family, friends, neighbor, anyone that once told you, it is not the fault of Tifnumbu that Nigeria is going down, and you are telling yourself, I can never let politics divide me and my friend, you will die in your foolishness. And I will announce your obituary on Mayegun's Diary Politico. A wise man that dies in the backyard of a foolish, a foolish person. Isn't that like otakoko? That's what Yoruba will say. They'll say, yeah, takoko deep. How can a wise man die in the backyard of a stupid person? Because the supposed wise man is actually not wise. A lot of you are not wise. Emotion rules over you. They will say, don't let emotion control you. It is just politics. Baba, it is not just politics. Families have been torn apart. Communities, villages have been destroyed by terrorists because of the corruption, incompetence of those who are supposed to keep you safe. Businesses have died. Families have been destroyed. And this is just the beginning. Somebody will tell you, don't get emotional. I don't even understand why these people are. And you also see some other lunatics who will tell you, one thing me I know is that an Igbo man will never be president of this country. Igbo people need to go and learn this or that. And you are entertaining such. Really? Nigeria was supposed to be a country, right? A country that all of you will say is our country, right? But the criminal politicians have managed to sow the seed of division and hatred among all of you. Enough that some people believe that if these people are being destroyed, as long as we are not being destroyed, it's none of our business. They should fix up. That is what the criminal politicians have created. So you too should learn how to keep your grudges. If you see any of them, before you give any of your token, whatever, to anyone, check if they are not part of those who brought this calamity upon you. Those who have brought the criminals who are going to destroy your life, destroy your job, they've destroyed the economy. This is just the beginning. By your 2027, they will do it again. The tribal this, tribal that. Somebody said, people have learned their lesson. Oh man, come on. They must have learned their lesson. Who told you that? People who supported and defended Bokwari for 8 years switched over to Tifnumbu, and in 15 months, a lot of you are kind of missing Bokwari already. And you think they've learned anything? No, they don't learn. So when you see them dying, let them die. Don't ever blame yourself for it. I mean, I'm a Christian. I cannot pay evil with evil. Then you will be destroyed by your foolishness. from the evil you think you have outgrown. I've seen this happen many times. And I just thought I should tell you, in case if you listen to me, I know you don't have to listen to me though, right? Because if you listen to me, how do you think I will have people to use as an excuse? I mean, as an example, to teach others never to be so foolish and stupid and never to be a Nigerian who lied to himself or herself. I'm a child of God. Really? Even God cannot save you from what is coming. If you are not ready to save yourselves, saving yourself starts from you understanding your environment, understanding the kind of people around you, and save yourself, possibly save your generations yet unborn. These ones will destroy those ones yet unborn. That's why we said if you don't stop them, if you don't kill them, they will kill you. If you don't kill what APC represents, they will kill you. It's just a matter of time. Talking about killing, here, somewhere in Zamfara, a very sad story, very, very sad story. You've heard about the atrocities of the Fulani terrorists in northern Nigeria and possibly in other parts of Nigeria as well. Something happened. There are communities, right, in northern Nigeria as we speak, communities who are supposed to be part of Nigeria, but they are not. They are called ungoverned areas. These are areas where people who are able to escape or run away have run away and left those places. But those who couldn't, they've submitted themselves to the whim and caprices of the Fulani terrorists and Boko Haram. But they are paying taxes to terrorists there. So something happened in Zamfara. The Nigerian army, they carried out a raid. For a fact, yeah? And this raid was carried out on Turji and its ungoverned areas. So somehow, they said, Nigerian army killed Turji's cows. They didn't kill Turji. They didn't kill Bello, Turji's terrorist fighters. They killed three cows. Turji became so angry. And he then said, everybody waited that area, all these communities, including the adjoining communities, they will all have to pay for what Nigerian army did to him. 300 million naira charges, or it will kill all of them. That's the announcement. He gave them a month to raise the money and pay him for Nigerian army killing his cows. Nigerian army couldn't go there to save them. And the people knows that Nigeria is not coming to save them. So they started raising the money. They raised over 87 million naira and handed it to Bello Turji with the promise and pledge that they will pay the rest. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. Nigerian army won't do anything, of course. And Turji was like, okay, I'll give you an extension. But something else happened too. This time, to a family that he kidnapped. He kidnapped Papa, kidnapped Mama, then come kidnap the son. While they were in their custody, demanding for ransom, Bello Turji and his gang, I don't know, in their depraved souls and minds, they now gave this family one option to say, listen, you still pay the ransom. I just thought that you deserve some punishment because we believe that you are one of those informants working for the Nigerian army. Informants working for the Nigerian army. Bello Turji now gave them two options. One, I'm going to cut off your husband's hand. Just to let you know that don't ever be an informant to Nigerian army. Or you will need to sleep with your son in front of this your husband here. The choice is yours. And guess what happened? The mother had sex with the son. Then they still paid the ransom. Ransom of 15 million naira for being informant to Nigerian army. So the story was that when they got back home, his son couldn't stay in that house anymore. He had to leave. Then how do you think the mother who had to save our family under that circumstances, how do you think she's going to live with that experience for the trauma for the rest of her life? So when Bello Turji now heard that Tifnumbu sent Patawali and Co. and Musa to Sokoto to go and look for him, he sent them back this message.
Shikenan su ‘yan moriki su adda jini su kuke magana, su kuma hudayen ba a maganar su, sai ka ce Turji ya aza masu haraji saboda sun yanke mai shanu, sun halbi kaftin ya halban mai shanu. To ku ji mutanen moriki na aka he ni ƙasar ga, na aka he ku ƙasar ga. Ba a taɓa kawo soja daga Enugu ba ko Fatakol ya kashe muna ‘yan uwa don ku ji daɗi, ku kuma mu zura maku ido. Karnan Yahudawa ɗan luwaɗi ya ta buga maku takardu, kuma kacce sun je sun yi ɓanna, a faɗa mana abin da suka ci a watan 7 na rani, watan 6 da watan 2 aka kashe ɗan gashanu. Ga don Allah, kuma ba gidan wani an ka zo ba balle a ce suna fa kiwo ga tudu aka halbe. Ga ranar Allah, a faɗa mana wannan ƙiyayya da kake yi muna, ka zo ka faɗi ra'ayinka, ɗan shinkafa kai magana da shi yace ma gaban shi ya taɓa gani an hidda hanjin mutum. Kuma tun daga ran nan baka sake maimaita wagga magana ba, in ba da kake maƙiyan Allah ba. To duk ire-iren kuna nan Yahudawa, hada wani wai wanda shi ikirari ya kai musulmi ne, wai kuma faɗa mu da ayar da ta halatta a ci naman doki. Mun ga wani wa'azi naka kana cewa ka ci naman doki, kana kiran ka musulmi kuma haka hito kai ka waɗi wagga magana ka ci naman doki. Ire-iren ku muke roƙo, Ubangiji Allah ya kare mu da ku dare da rana muke roƙo ne da ku. Duk kuma wani wanda ka gani shugabanmu mai albarka Christopher Musa, ina kira gare ka da babban murya, don Allah ka taimaka mana Murtala Asada, ko da ba ka iya bashi wani mukami ka bashi na shugaban ‘yan banga, don Allah da annabi ya shigo. Ka bashi ya shigo sai ya gani ko ba ka iya bashi wani mukami. Yanzu nan mukami ne ka so ka bashi wanda ya ci, ka dibi ministan sadarwa Shek Ali Isa Fantami. Muna da bidiyo, ina da wa'azuzzukan shi inga yaka cewa duk wanda a cikin gwamnati ɗagutu ne kafuri ne. Amma yanzu da an bashi ministan sadarwa yaushe marabinka ka ji shi, kenan shi ma yanzu ya ɗagutu ya tabbata ya ridda kenan. To saboda haka muke gode ma Allah, Allah ka tabbata.
I'll wait for Ahmed to give you full interpretation, but let me tell you what he was saying there. Bello Turji was reacting. That I heard that you are coming here to come and look for me. Minister, as well as Mr. Musa, the Chief of Defense Staff. All of you have no idea what you are up to or up against. Okay? In the name of Allah, this, Allah, that. We will conquer you and crush you. When you come for us, we will come for you. You have no idea that we are more than what you think we are. And when it comes to this, we are fighting for Allah. That's what he believes. That they are fighting for Allah. And Allah will protect them against all the enemies of Allah. Another nonsense that he kind of spewed there. He was responding to them that you can't do anything to me. He's right. To those who know the story of Turji, Turji is the creation of Patawale, your minister, Bello Matawale, which I love to call Patawale. It's a pandemic, which is your own Isa Patantami. Then another one there. He kept mentioning their name, including Bugatti, the journalist or so that reported this story I just told you now. Allah, if I grab you, like nobody will recognize you. You can't touch us, you can't do this. But this story of Bello Turji will never be full or complete without mentioning Patawale. They actually harmed them, empowered them, according to this afar.
So shi don komi ba sai don Allah. Don haka in kalubale kuke son ku kamɗa na Murtala Bello. Murtala Bello ya ce mai gidanku ya sai ma 'yan ta'adda motoci ya basu. Daga cikin waɗanda ya ba motoci akwai wannan Halilu Sububu. Ministan tsaro na yanzu ya sai mai mota sabuwa ya bashi. Ba shi aka ce ma wanke ɗan Kano ba. Akwai Ada Aleru, ministan tsaro na yanzu ya sai mai mota ya bashi. Akwai Bello Turji, ministan tsaro na yanzu ya sai mai mota ya bashi.
Fara shawara na san ya siyo mota wajen kwara 34 ya raba ma 'yan ta'adda shugabanni a Zamfara, wanda shi Halilun da aka ce na siyo mota gwamnan Zamfara ya bashi mota Hilux sabuwa 2019 model ba tsohuwa ba. Irin su Ado Aleru an ba su, ai ina wurin 'yan sanda an ba Bello Turji.
Masu kirki, mutanen kirki suna neman Hilux, ga 'yan sanda suna neman Hilux ba a basu ba, ga sojoji suna neman Hilux ba a basu ba, ga civil defense suna neman Hilux ba a basu ba, sai a ɗauki Hilux sababbi da kuɗin mu a zo a saya ma barayi a basu.
Don Allah in yace ya aza kuɗi a bashi labarin su Turji ba ran ma mutane na yi ba, bai hi kowa sanin labarin su ba. Bai fi kowa sanin labarin su ba, saboda haka wallahi ƙaryata mu abinda muka cewa ya Allah kana gani ga wasu mutane nan suna wasa da hankalin mutane a cikin harkar tsaro, ya Allah duk inda suke Allah ka tona musu asiri. Allah jami'an tsaro masu yi da gaske don a samu nasara ya Allah ka taimake su, ya Allah waɗannan 'yan ta'adda Allah ka yi muna maganin su. Wai ba ku mamakin iskancin da Bello Turji ka yi tsakaninku da Allah jahili irin Bello Turji wai a ce wai ya gagari gwamnatin Najeriya, wallahi kai ka san ƙaryata. Maganar Bello Turji ya gagari gwamnatin Najeriya maganar banza ce. Duk wayar da kake yanzu ni Murtala Bello Asada ko test ka tura min wallahi sai ya zo ga jami'an tsaro. In ka kira ni ana biye da duk wayar da nake wai a ce Bello Turji zai fito yayi live yayi jawabai ko yau din nan sai da ya hidda jawabai.
Kashe mu za ku komi za ku iya yi muna, wallahi ba za mu ba wannan aikin ba. Sai dai in
yana maganganu masu nauyi amma missa saboda yana da uwa bakin murhu abinda Bahaushe ka ce mai uwa bakin murhu bai cin to gaya, ya Allah ka bare tuwon, ya Allah ka bare tuwon, ya Allah ka jicce su, ya Allah wanda sun ka zalunce mu Allah ka sani baka kwana sun ci amanan mu Allah ka kare su, ya Allah duk wanda adda hannu cikin wannan abin ya Allah ka san shi baka kwana, ya Allah ka kare shi inda bai doruwa. Akwai wata magana saboda haka wallahi Murtala
Nigeria to finish. And I will continue to remind you all that Nigeria is done for. Normally, a lot of people, some people will say, if they want to get him, they will get him any day, anytime. Is that what you tell yourself, right? In 2019, Bello Patawale, your Minister of Defense, actually spent over 1.1 billion naira in making that monster. But they were giving them Oshara, brand new Hilux trucks, because they've repented. That was the first time. It was Patawali who said, it is not only Boko Haram that are repenting, even Fulani terrorists are repenting. So Bello Turji was so empowered because of the mineral resources in Zamfara, that the criminal politicians of northern Nigeria have now turned to their personal properties. They need army to protect the illegal minings in northern Nigeria. That was where Bello Turji came in. How could the state governor use the state resources to empower thugs, all because you want to be carrying out illegal mining for your own personal gain? Got them guns, vehicles, and give them protection from any arrest or whatsoever. Now, Bello Turji has his own controlled mines. And they have international backing now. They now have people who exchange gold for guns, other mineral resources for weapons. It is just like a normal day in this part of northern Nigeria. And when you hear pa, 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 it's because rivals are clashing. Politicians, Bello, Patawale, that should be in jail for treason. is the Minister of Defense in Nigeria. Oh man, my heart sinks. Because you see, the Nigerian army, who are also corporate in all of this, their own chief of defense staff, who knows, I mean, a professional soldier is watching some ragtag thugs make mincemeal of them because politicians won't let them go after them. Here is your chief of defense staff. We will get him. Don't worry, we will get him. Madman.
Good afternoon. Today, since morning, we've been having a series of meetings with all stakeholders as it affects security in our dear country, Nigeria. We're all aware that we have security challenges almost all over the country, but we saw the need to continue to deliberate, to collaborate, to cooperate together in order to address these challenges. In line with the concept of my operations, which is people-centric, we want to inform Nigerians on what it is that is being done to address the security situation. So many successes have been achieved, but yet there's still work to be done. We're not where we want to be, but we're heading there and we're on the right path. I want to use this medium to thank all our troops and all Nigerians for their perseverance, for their commitment, for their sacrifice. We know that the security situation is not as expected, but we want to call on all of us that this is the time that we need to come together as one people, as one country, in order to tackle the menace of banditry, of terrorism, of cultism, of armed robbery, sea piracy, pipeline vandalism, and all acts of criminality. Together, we shall succeed. That I can assure you. All members of the armed forces and security forces are determined to address these security challenges. Now they seem unsurmountable, but I assure you that within the shortest possible time, this will also pass by. So I want to thank you for your cooperation, especially members of the media, for being steadfast in this drive. Once again, thank you very much. We will have a general overview of all our operations and what is being done, and after which we'll have a question and answer session. Thank you very much. School safe school program. Basically, schools have been on holidays, and they're just about returning now. So efforts have been made to ensure that we provide necessary security in all the schools. Those ones that are isolated, actions are being taken to ensure that it's either they are placed together where security could be provided, because we have so many thousands of schools scattered all over. So efforts have been made to make sure that we position them in such a way that troops will be able to respond in case there are any attacks or threats to the lives of the pupils in this school. So it's an ongoing operation. And again, to jump into what we mentioned about the visit to Sokoto, ideally we have overviewed the entire operation and realized that we need to harmonize our operations together. If you notice, we have Operation Hadarin Daji and Operation White Stroke, both within the Northwest region. We have seen the need for us to harmonize those operations into one operation like we did in the Northeast, where you have Operation Hat in Kai. The same thing is being done now for the Northwest operation. We have one unified operation. It's going to be called Operation Fansan Yama. Fansan Yama, for those of us that know, it's securing the West. Now, the intention is to ensure that we synergize all our efforts in addressing the security challenges in the Northwest. It's been their tradition for the bandits to be able to flow between the states within them. So now what we're doing is that since we're harmonizing the whole operation, they will come under one commander And then the commander will be able to utilize all the equipment and troops together to ensure that we address this critically. And I think that's the best solution we have for it. And I can assure you, all the assets that is required to do that will be done. The intention of the bandits is to just show that they are present. It is acts of criminality, and that's why we're appealing to Nigerians not to provide any support. If you remember the last time we had this issue where our APC was, the MRAB was bogged down and the terrorists came, it was some people that called them and told them that the troops were having issues with their vehicle and they should come around, and they came in mass. That's what exactly happened. And that's why we're appealing to individuals. If you think these guys are on your side, they're a bunch of deranged individuals that have no allegiance to anybody. Today you think you are with them, tomorrow they are coming after you. It's just like training monsters. When you train monsters, when they grow up, they definitely will be the next victim. So we appeal to Nigerians not to allow themselves to be cowed. And like it is also said, we also appeal that for us to maintain security, the armed forces and security agencies cannot be everywhere. We will try as much as possible to be there, but we're going to build the capacity of the locals to be able to defend themselves for a while before the military will come in. That we have adopted in the Northeast with the civilian JTF, with the hybrid forces, and it has worked. We're also trying to do the same thing. We're working with the state government. We're not working in isolation. We know the relevance of the communities. We know the relevance of the state governments. So we're working as a team to ensure that we address these issues together. And the issue of Turji, like I said, it's just a deranged individual that feels power, but I can bet you that it's just a matter of time. A matter of time, we're going to get this, and I can assure you, within the shortest possible time, we're going to address that issue and paying. On the issue of payment, that is what they live on, and it shows you the desperation they are in. One, even when they get the money, they don't have where to use it. Two, is that the money they're getting, they know is blood money. And that is why we all must come together to work with members of the armed forces and security agencies to deny them the ability to move freely within our.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people who are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged.